What's up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C. And in next couple videos, I'll try to put a couple out tonight. And this particular review, just to get out the way, I'll be doing the Real World Explosion season finale. Shout out to my YouTube fam. So subbies, old and new. You know, if you're not a sub, click down below. And, you know, the subscribe button. And like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Just to let y'all know, my voice may seem a little hoarse because I've been having a lot of coughing, like I may be possibly coming down with something. I live in Michigan, Detroit, you know, all this lovely weather we can see. Sorry, so all times I might sound a little hoarse. Well, I'm not going to talk this long probably in this particular video. But if y'all get a chance, I started back watching again. They also have a podcast, The AfterBuzz, and they review I think they have always people to review every single show that's possibly out, whether it's reality, you know, scripted or what, you know, dramas, whatever, comics, whatever. So I particularly started back watching, and I watched not too long ago was Corey on the show. And just to point it out there before I get, like, because there wasn't that much. I heard it's supposed to be interesting reunion. This was going next week, so I will be reviewing that. And excuse me. And he was basically saying, like, in other words, he didn't really have too much kind of words to say about Gene. He did admit that he does have some anger issues, which we have seen through the show. He kind of was somewhat, I guess, acting calm, a little bit more calm or half. I mean, I don't know, because we couldn't see from the edit whether if he body slammed, if he got a couple nicks in or not. Well, I didn't see any bruises to the face or anything, or Brian, nothing like that. But we'll get into it. But he was saying basically like Jenny and supposedly Brian are back together with them and the host of the review of the show we're talking about. And we're talking with him. And I know he was saying, but like I said, check that out on AfterBuzz TV. They have a YouTube channel. Just put AfterBuzz, I think, together, and then you'll get it and see it. But he was saying, like, Jenny was on some corrupt stuff behind the scenes, because he said a couple times, saying like she was telling him, like, you know, to act, you know, you're on camera, act up for the cameras at times and stuff like that. And he really, I think they were saying, like, possibly there might be some beef between, but he's like, now, you would think towards the end of this review, I mean, the thing, they were cool because they both stayed in LA now and they were going to still be friends. But he's saying, like, she was trying to get $40,000 for her, I guess, get a spinoff for her and Brian. Like I said, her and Brian are now supposedly back together, even all that, all of this. And that's why, at least the hosts were saying this. I don't know if they were just agreeing just because. But they were saying, like, you know, what that does explain, like, why would you go through all that and go back with somebody? But, you know, it depends on people. Some people don't get it and they stay in the circumstances sometimes worse than that and whatever, and they keep saying they're not going to vote with Patterson, and they do. We don't know. But he basically made it seem like Jenny somehow was just acting up at times because there was a camera there, and to venture out to hopefully get a spinoff like some of the other reality TV shows, or whether it's MTV or others, have got spinoffs and get some extra fame. So it kind of like me, make it seem like she's fake and has an ulterior motive, you know, and maybe possibly Brian with it as well. I don't know. So, y'all, let's go how they edited it. They had made it seem like Corey and Brian got into a fight, not just on a van, but earlier, like but it was really him, you know, after Brian's behavior the last final night, which was just over. And I noticed also as well TV they didn't talk about what Brian did to Arlene, which I'll get into that as well, which is suspicious. So, you have, you know, them in the end, but the way Brian, you know, he's sitting in the van. And Corey trying to get him, you know, Jay trying to hold back. Thomas finally gets out his damn sleep. And he like, whoa, was able to, like, try to hold him back. Because he was trying to attempt, I think, to punch Brian. Brian just did like this. That was the only defense he had in the way he was leaning. He wouldn't be able to get no punches in. So you just see his feet in the air. And someone like Corey's face. But they were able to get, you know, it's like Corey's face ran to his feet, basically. And, so they got out of the way, they pulled him out, and they basically, one of the producers or somebody, I think the camera crew was basically like, y'all, you got to get out of there. You really can't be having this. So they had Brian stay that night at a hotel, and they waited for him to cool, or waited until Corey calmed down. Corey eventually went, because he was telling, I think, Jenny didn't know, of course, what was going on, because they already, I think, were home. He basically said, like, the person you're in love with is a bitch, or something like that, I think he said. And eventually they were able to get him calmed down. He went to, because Jenny's just like, what is going on? One of them type of things, right? So the next day, I think Brian comes in, but Corey just hails him, and he's thinking about doing something. Him and Brian end up talking. I don't know who approached who first, And he ended up, you know, Corey and him was like, you know what, forget it, because, you know, it's just one of those conversations. But then he's decided to grow up. It doesn't make any sense of me coming at you. We got like a couple days left, you know, whatever. We ain't no beef here. So the majority of the scenes was them going out one more last time. I don't know. I think Brian was with him, but like I said, he always been kind of like the isolated one anyway. You think about throughout this episode, even when other girls was there. If you think about, he was the extra dude. And now, if they would have been totally different, maybe if Jamie's boyfriend would have became ex-boyfriend, would have came on there and stuff like that. So like I said, fillers. And then we get to the point of Jamie. See, it turns out both Jamie and Thomas are from Texas, but they're far hours away from each other. We got one lives in Houston. I forgot where the other one. Yeah, they both. Yeah, one lives in Dallas, I think. Yeah, but like us, yeah, but they're far. So I think one of them, like I said, it's somewhere like they both in Texas, but they're two different areas, which still makes them a distant relationship. So Thomas is admitting that he still has problems with the whole thing about relationship. He wants to try it out, and Jamie's like, okay, you will not. We can break it up right now. Blah blah blah. But Thomas is like, okay, but as soon as he has a problem with it and agreed on, he's just going to, it's just going to have to end. Okay? Simple as that. And because the way Haley has hurt him so badly, even though I guess they're good friends, as far as being romantic relationship, dead on. So they're going to work it out. It's supposedly, even with Corey's information, on Instagram, even though they're supposed to talk to each other, it seems like some of the information he only knows if he goes to Instagram. So a lot of them, once they left the show, they just kind of distanced themselves. Most of them did. Jay and Jenna are still supposed. Now they're official, and you know they're good to go. So that's just how it is with them. Arlene and Ashley finally, I think, back together. I think, like I said, with the YouTube channel, I think they're still together, which, you know, they even need no, but I think they just walked themselves, I guess, the rest of the show. Like, they're 30 minutes away from where they filmed, so they're together. But here's the last night, the night before last, because, you know, like I say, everybody's saying the goodbyes. But here's what happened that really got out of hand the night before they left. Now, everybody's drinking. You know, they're at the club, actually, that Jenny is go-go dancing. He's a go-go dancer at. And everybody's partying. And then Brian ends up drinking to the point where it just makes him turn to something else, right? So, and when everybody gets home, I guess Jenny's trying to eat her Subway or her lunch, whatever. And he just, like, you could tell he's just all over the place. And he's kind of almost bear hugging a little bit on her, because her and Corey, not exactly near each other, but they are both in the kitchen area. And he's like, kind of leaning, holding on to Jenny a little bit. And Brian, like I said, now Corey's supposed to be like, calm down now, because like I said, he wanted to still beat Brian's ass because he felt like he kicked him in the face. And Brian's like, I didn't kick you in the face, but it was just the area is it that like I said, I have no words for this. Like I said, I'm ready for the reunion. So anyways, he's trying to, Corey's like, okay, you stop it, whatever, right? And I don't know how, I forgot, but he ends up going over, you know, he's just, like I said, all over the place. And then he goes, I think, you know, talking stuff, when he comes out of the bathroom, and he throws, like, he kicks, I think, the trash bucket or something. And the next minute, you know, we could tell, like, he's so all over the place that he can possibly hurt himself or somebody else. And so when Corey, I mean, this could be an attempt, he said he thought he was going to come back over there and try to come at Jenny. He, you know, does him like a football touchdown, or, you know, it's trying to get, you know, when they playing football and he's sitting here, trying to get the ball from another person and, you know, tackle him. But like I said, that's the angle where I didn't know whether or not he might have been doing, you know, might have been trying to get looks or whatever, because, you know, the way it was edited, you see from the angle, you know, you see, you know, you don't see from the head view angle whether or not it could be something else done. But, you know, Corey admitted he was on the actor buzz that he was trying to get a little bit more in because that anger portrayal. Like Corey said, that's something they need to work on. Hopefully he didn't work on. And there was a lot of other stuff they didn't show, like some of the coast with there. Like I said, it's a lot of stuff. And then even that's just one person's view. We will never know unless we were there. You know what I mean? So, anyways, you know, they were able to stop her, afraid, and calm down. So Arlene hears, and I forgot, you know, where she was at in the house when all this was going on. And it turns out, Corey, like I said, I had to bring this up because there was a lot of information that was not given in the show. And I didn't watch that damn shit they should have shown the episode afterwards. I'm sorry, y'all. But he gave a lot of information, at least from his angle, that we didn't see. Like, Arlene and Brian were cool, and that's the only one he felt was closest to in the house. But like I said, you know, Brian's so mad about he wasted 5 years of his life with this demon, this bitch, and everything else. You know, everything else that came up to mind. And here's Jenny crying and saying she's so sorry for him and blah, 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 and stuff like that. That he's just like this. He's never seen that. It's like he's possessed and stuff like that. You know, and so when Arlene tries to be the peacemaker, y'all, she go in there, she's talking because she's concerned about him. She look as a roommate. She knows she's trying to take care of the, you know, of making sure he's okay. But Arlene, like I said, I was sweet. If you ever watch this video, I swear, I mean, you've been always cool. It seemed like through every episode from beginning to end. Okay, you've been the most laid back, chill person out the whole show. And also, I don't know if you want to do it on the side, be a mentor, life counselor, because I mean, that's just how she presents herself. Like she has, I don't know, she had in her passion to like be a motivated speaker, but that's how what she gives me. Okay, so all of a sudden, she sits here and she tries to talk to him, and she's like, what's wrong? He just runs something along the lines like, I'm sick and tired of this, blah, blah, blah. And then she's just standing over here while she's sitting in the chair. She's still talking to him kindly. And next minute, he just hears her, he just puts her on the floor or whatever, you know, slams her. I don't know how hard it was, because I can't say I heard anything. But you clearly can see from the camera that he technically body slams her on the ground. I don't know if he knew he was doing that. I don't know if he remembered he was Arlene, a female, for crying out loud. And on top of that, I don't know. Like I said, personally, me, I have to wonder, like, you know, just like how Jenny has gotten physical with him, have they been physical with each other, or is Brian has issues just putting hands? I don't know. Even though he doesn't remember, it's just that he, you know, to do that, you know, it's just. Had to shame makers, and they end up taking him to a motel night, and then the next day he just, I think Jenny was trying to talk to him, and he, you know, but I noticed, I don't know if the rest, anybody else in the house seen when he did to Arlene, because even Arlene was kind of still trying to be calm, like, it's okay, it's cool. And then when they got him, she was just probably understanding, which is frustrated, because she looked from the angle, which is understandable, is even though he just was seeing somebody else broke up, it's like here, she's like, he's seeing the next guy, you know, who's banging out his ex, or whether they're in between relationship, whatever, you know, in his face, the new guy, you know, basically somebody else she screwed. So it's like, you know, I just, you know, I was with her and now you fucking her. So this is just one of those angles. So I can understand, like I said, she's such a peaceful peacemaker. She seems to be unbiased to me, you know, stuff like that. But like I said, the least drama, I ain't gonna, you know, like, didn't come from her. She had the least, you know, she was the most calmful person that had like the least intense storyline out of everybody out the house. So so they end up getting house. He's of course being the first one leaving, and you know, like I said, you know, even do all that, because Jenny was saying, like, she was trying to say, like, because of him being there, that was the reason why she acted different towards her. But everybody was, I think Jane Bocor was like, well, you know what, still, because I think this is next night, next before, I forgot when, or the day of their leaving, or whatever, or in between both those days, she said a comment about the end, and it was telling them, right, like, you know, you have to be responsible for your own self. And she was saying something along the lines like, Corey's relationship, which would have been true if Corey, things already get complicated when you are dealing with the friends with benefit thing. But then her ex, who is there, is also there as well. So she said actually her and Corey's relationship, she said she doesn't see themselves as probably being thing boyfriend girlfriend, but they could be possibly cool. And but it just seemed like, which was true, it caused an intent, you know, caused a very major conflict and stuff like that. And that, you know, but that's what she agreed from realized. But she said she was going to be over, but we see, like I said, I heard they're back together based on what I've seen on Plus TV and stuff like that. So that's pretty much all I got, y'all. I really didn't get much to this. Everybody leaves, and that's pretty much it for this review. Y'all have a pleasant weekend, pleasant night, pleasant weekend. And I do see, I would think, like, considering to a certain point, not only did this season not go, because, you know, they didn't get everybody's ex. Now, if they would have got everybody's exes in there, maybe be more, a little bit more different. But then at the same time, too, a lot of the episodes, like, halfway became fillers. And consider the content of the show they were trying to get, it kind of mentioned, and it kind of, to me, they should have shown since they had to do relationships and stuff with the ex once, where even though it was a prank, they should have honestly showed a therapy session, stuff like that, to be honest with you. You know, they had to consent. I would prefer seeing that than some of them. But that's just me, y'all. But I did see on MTV site, they're starting tomorrow, because this is April the 4th, and I probably may not upload this till tomorrow. But they are casting like in Texas and I think LA and stuff like that. So they are having a season 30. And I'll just let it be that. I mean, to be honest with y'all, I don't think I'm going to review any more Real Worlds after this is my first and last one. But yeah, but other than that, hey, but I will see y'all on the reunion to review that, and take care, y'all.